Good morning, everyone. Today is my YouTube filming day, and I asked on Instagram what kinds of videos you want to see, and so many of you wanted another vlog. So I thought, why not? So here we are, still in bed. I think it's like 11 a.m. or something. I slept in quite a bit today because yesterday I prepared the next drop for my shop, and I worked until 11 p.m. Didn't expect it to be that much work, but it was. So yeah, fun times. So yeah, that's why I slept in. I had to work pretty late and I was pretty exhausted. I have a mild migraine, but oh well, I'm used to it. But yeah, I'm still a little bit chilling with the girls. Being stared at by my other cat. Still haven't done anything yet, so we will see what we will do today. It probably won't be a daily vlog because, for example, tomorrow I'm going to a flea market, so I thought it could be fun to also film that. We will see. We will definitely go for a walk today because I'm in desperate need of some nature. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, there are 3 things though that we need to do before we can start out the day properly. First thing, feeding the cats, taking a shower, having some breakfast, and then we can properly start out. Let's feed the cats. I bet they're hella excited because today, microphone cable, because today is dry food day. Do you want to say something? Excited? Are you so excited? Yes. Happy cat munchy sounds, and probably also the dishwasher in the background. Okay, I'm fresh out of the shower, so no judging my vase. It's bare. But I wanted to talk about something, and I just hope that my microphone will properly catch my voice. I'm always using this here. It's a random skin oil basically, but it's a rose skin oil, and it's great. I always use it after I shower, and recently, oh my god, I need some new one. And recently, I've been thinking about kind of making my own skin oil and dedicating that to Freya. Especially if it's with rose. That kind of would be perfect, wouldn't it? But I have no clue how to make skin oil. But I don't know, I would love to try to make a skin oil and dedicate it to Freya. I have some almond oil that I ordered actually for the shop for anointing oils, but I heard almond oil is also great for your skin, so maybe I could make some, but definitely not today because I would definitely have to do more research before I do that. Can we please appreciate the fact that my apartment is so dark? It's like bright outside. all sunny, blue skies, and in here it's like a dark cave. It doesn't make filming vlogs easier, but I guess you will have to live with that, because I don't want to like carry around my studio lights with me in my apartment while I film, because that is so annoying. So, well, that's just it. I decided to read for breakfast, which I don't do often, but sometimes I treat myself. At the moment I'm reading The Disciple's Guide to Ritual Magic, A Beginner's Introduction to the High Art by Frade Barabbas. We're reading that for our Coven Book Club. And yeah, don't really have much to say yet, apart from the fact that we're reading that for the book club. So yeah, I will have some breakfast and read now. So I just wanted to show you my balcony garden, but can we please look at this? How cute! How cute are you? You're so cute. You're so cute. Yes. And you're allowed to lie in the box. You don't have to leave the box every time I step on the balcony. Yeah, so that's something I really need to do before I go on a walk, because look at the sad lavender. They really desperately need some water, everyone. I love how well the ivy is doing out here. Every time I have ivy in my apartment, it dies, but well. And I will soon have some strawberries. You don't need water. Tomatoes, do you need water? Yes, of course. You can't see it really, but there's potatoes down here, also doing well, but these guys really desperately need some water. But first, I will show you what we have. We have a blackberry plant back there, mint over here, a lemon balm, and of course, now that I'm filming, there are a lot of cars. I have my little oak tree back there, and also a little juniper bush. Then down here we have, back there is basil and thyme, rosemary, some sage, lavender, wormwood, and back here we have another mint plant, a variegated mint plant, fancy. Yeah, here we have some garlic that I planted last year actually, and I have to put these pots up here, because if I don't, then this little fella will just lie on the garlic plants, and that is not good. But yeah, let's water them real quick. Also, I have to really redo this whole area, because I don't know why they did this, but this little mesh thingy here just, yeah, it just swallows so much light that I think I will remove that. Although I think that it's good, because the plants don't get that many pests, but if they don't get enough light, then that's also not worth it. But yeah, everyone is now happy and watered. Although no, I forgot my tomato plant, so I will water this one and the potato plant, and then we will go for a walk. I just realized something. And isn't it incredible that all of these plants around me, they're all little living beings. There's so many living beings around us, and they still function as a whole, and they function perfectly. And it's pretty similar to us humans. We're all our own individual beings. The only problem is that us human beings rarely ever really work together as a whole in a good and productive way. And that's kind of sad. I'm here connecting to one of my favorite plants on the planet. This incredible big oak tree. I love it. It's not that old, I think. At least the trunk isn't that big, but it's wise, definitely. I love just going out to nature and connecting to plant spirits, not even to do something specific with them, just to connect with them, to feel their energy. The plant or the tree that you saw before this one, I think it's Weeping Beech, has the most incredible feminine, nurturing, motherly energy, while this one has the most empowering, more masculine, active, fiery energy. And I love this contrast, and they actually grow pretty close to each other, and yeah, I just love connecting to them. I know it's probably not really that interesting to watch, but if you want a vlog that actually shows me doing what I usually do, then it will be a lot of just going out to nature and connecting, because to me that is just extremely important to me. I do it so often. And I mean, one great thing about it is that it helps extremely with my stress. I just have to take half an hour of a walk and I will be extremely de-stressed. But also, I don't know, for me it feels like the most intuitive thing I can do in my craft is just go out to nature and connect with land spirits, give offerings, connect to plant spirits, just establish a friendship basically, and just visit them from time to time. Also, you see, if you go for walks really frequently around your area, you will find what plants grow around your area and which times they are blooming and which time they are more sleeping. And yeah, it's incredibly empowering just to connect to your plants. And if you do that more often, I feel like they kind of start to appreciate it, and they will kind of realize that you're there to connect. And it will get easier and easier to connect to them, and you will find plants that will become your plant allies that you will work with and that you just feel connected to. It happened to me multiple times now, for example with mugwort, with juniper, very recently with ground ivy. Today I found out that there's actually a lot of yarrow, I don't know how to pronounce it, growing around here. It's currently blooming and it's just so pretty and I feel connected to it and I don't know why. That's just the way it goes. But yeah, to me that's one of the most fulfilling things to do in my craft and I would wholeheartedly recommend. The moment when you realize that the plant that you thought was yarrow is actually goatweed or goutweed, and then you took 2 further steps and you thought you found poison hemlock, but now you're not sure if it's poison hemlock or cow parsley. Why do they all look completely the same? I mean, I'm very sure that what I thought was yarrow is actually goutweed, but with the poison hemlock or cow parsley situation, I still don't know. And I think I won't know because they look so similar. But yeah, I guess I'll just stay away from it. And yeah, as you see, I'm back home now. I actually was on the walk for like 3.5 hours at least. Far longer than I expected, and now it's already evening, so I guess I will have dinner now and then I will see you afterwards. And then we will have some crafting time, I guess. See you after dinner. Okay, I have had my dinner now and I relaxed for a little bit. But enough relaxed, because as I said, I want to introduce you to my new drum. I got it from my Coven's High Priestess actually, because she has a bigger drum at home in the US and she will now get it to Germany or get it shipped to Germany. So yeah, she won't need this smaller drum anymore. And I recently tried it out when we were meeting up and I completely fell in love. I always wanted a drum, but yeah, for some reason I never bought one. One reason for that is that I didn't know if I wanted a vegan drum or an animal skin drum. If I would have gotten an animal skin drum, I would have wanted it to be a second-hand piece. I wouldn't have wanted, a new drum with animal skin. But I also didn't really know where to get a good vegan drum and everything, and actually now I have a vegan drum that's still second-hand. But yeah, I also never really knew whether a vegan drum would sound as good as an animal skin drum does, and since I was able to try this one out before I got it, that was perfect. And I really, really love the sound. Wait, I will play a little bit with it. I don't know if the microphone actually is able to capture that properly, but it has such a good sound. Ooh! And the one time that I was able to try it, we were also like chanting, and it wasn't only the drum, but also a silver branch and a little rattle thingy, and 4 people were chanting, and it was kind of so easy for me to get into a light trance just by drumming. Okay, maybe I just got a little bit obsessed with the drum. And a random, I don't even know if it's a proper chant because it's just tones and I'm not singing anything specifically, but something came to me and I thought I'd share it. It will probably sound a little bit manic, but who cares? I still feel a little bit dumb when I chant and when I drum and stuff, so. I don't know if that sounds weird, and I don't know if you were able to properly hear that through the microphone. I don't know, but yeah, it just randomly came to me and it felt right, and it kind of, yeah, feels good to chant that. I don't know why. And the interesting thing is, when I play this drum, or when I tried and started playing this drum properly, and this chant kind of came to me, I saw, like, first I thought, oh, I see a woman. This drum kind of maybe has a more, like, typically feminine, receptive, passive kind of energy, but then it kind of started to switch to a more active, masculine, projective kind of energy, and then it switched back. So it went from feminine to masculine to feminine to masculine, which is quite interesting. As I already said, I really want to create a sigil or a bind rune, especially because I really want to draw over the logo. I don't want that on my drum, so I definitely want to kind of draw over it. I feel like customizing the drum and also making an anointing oil and anointing the drum and just spending time with it in general will help me form a connection and a relationship with it, which I definitely want, because I feel like this drum definitely has a spirit. I mean, I think every drum has a spirit, but I kind of feel this one very specifically and very strongly. So I really want to form a proper connection with my drum, especially because I think if you have a proper connection to your tools, and I mean, my drum will be a tool in my craft, a very important one probably. I believe that if you have a proper connection and relationship to your tools, they will work better. That's also why a lot of people will make their tools. I will just try to make a sigil or a bind rune or something, and I will just take you with me while I do that. Okay, so here's what I was thinking about. If this is the drum, then I thought of something like cross. The question is, what do I want to put on the drum? I mean, of course, I want to use it for trance journeying, spirit flights, meditations, just general trance work, everything where I want to or have to work in an altered state of consciousness. So that of course is something that I want to incorporate into it. The question is if I maybe want to connect this drum to Odin and Freya, because that was the first thing that I thought of when I had images coming to me when playing the drum of like more masculine and more feminine energies kind of flip-flopping, if you know what I mean. The first thing I thought was, okay, maybe I should dedicate this drum to Freya and Odin. I definitely know that I want an equal armed cross now, because I just think that looks better. I think otherwise it would maybe be a little bit too busy. I don't want the whole drum to be like cluttered in design. Let me think about something and then I will show you. Okay, I think I found something that I like. I actually did incorporate Freya's and Odin's rune, and moreover Algis, Evas, Raido, Eivas and Lagos, these runes. And what I came up with, I will draw it a little bit bigger now, is the following. This right here is what I came up with. It looks a little bit cooler down here and small. What did I do? I started out with an equal armed cross, and then I basically just drew on it the runes that I wanted. So for example, I wanted Fehu, so I just put it right here. But also I wanted Algis, so I put that here, and I was like, yeah, okay. Put the Raido here, and I think A was here, Ava's like this, and then to make it an algis, in ansus like this. And then I basically just played around with different shapes. For example, I made the fehu and algus, the fehu and algis part, I made it round instead of like diagonal. I turned the ends of the Ava's rune into like angular shapes. And yeah, that's basically how I came up with that. Nothing really special, but this is what we will go with. I think it will look good, and I think I will be pretty well able to cover up the logo with that. But I don't want to do that now because it's now 9 p.m. So I kind of want to make the drawing of the symbol on the drum. I want to make it a proper ritual, including my robe, including candles, including the perfect music. So I don't want to do that now on a whim. I kind of want to prepare for that. Maybe I will do it tomorrow, and since I will vlog tomorrow too, I will probably show you if I do that. But for now, I think what I will do now is actually start editing this vlog because usually I film on a Sunday and I will edit on a Sunday and upload on a Sunday, and with vlogs that's not possible, so I have to kind of scoop editing into the filming process, if that makes sense. So I guess I will edit maybe for an hour or two, and then afterwards I think I just want to read a little bit in bed and have a tea and cuddle with my cats. But yeah, let's edit. You probably won't see a lot of it, but let's get to editing. I'm not that excited, actually. Good morning, day 2 of vlogging, and I ended up working pretty late yesterday, as I tend to do. Didn't end up reading in the evening because I realized I had to make a Patreon post. So I just worked until I went to bed, which was like at 1:30 or something in the morning. And yeah, so therefore I'm pretty tired. I still have a migraine, which is worse than yesterday, but I still want to at least take you with me to the flea market, so let's go there. I'm back from the flea market. I've actually been home for a couple of hours, but I had to do some work for my shop, so I did that really quick. And yeah, now I have time to do a little haul because I got quite some stuff. Far too little for the shop and far too much for myself. Usually I don't buy that much on a flea market, but well, that's just the way it is. It was great, and as you saw, the place where it was really beautiful. I initially planned on going to a cafe after the flea market to have breakfast, but then when I was there and I sat near the water, I was like, I will just stay here. So I stayed there and read for a couple of minutes and then actually went over the flea market a second time. So yeah, let's have a little haul. One thing I got is actually what I'm wearing right now. It's basically a jumper, but it's so oversized that I can wear it as a dress, and I really love that. And I mean, it's like olive green, khaki, and I love that color, so had to get it. Another thing I'm actually also wearing, and that is this ring. It's so simple, it's silver, and I actually only wear silver rings because I can't stand it when jewelry stains the skin green. So that was really important to me. And yeah, I'm usually not a huge ring person. I mean, I have my Moldavite ring that I always wear, but other than that, I usually don't really wear rings. But I kind of instantly fell in love with it because it was so simple, yet so beautiful. Another thing that I also got for myself was another piece of clothing, and that was this. I don't know if you can properly see it, but it's actually from a fair trade organic company. It's like 80% cotton, 20% linen, so it feels really nice. It's a really nice natural fiber, and it's just like a blouse. I don't know, but it's also so huge that I will, I think, either wear it over a top and leave it open, or like tie a knot and use it as a crop top. Really nice. Really good that I found clothing because I recently kind of realized that I hate most of my clothing. So I wanted some new stuff. Next up, we have something finally that I bought for the shop, and that is this really cool candle holder that you can or have to mount to the wall. I really like it. It's brass. Most of the stuff I get from my shop is brass. I just love brass. Next up, we have a very interesting thing, and that is this seashell locket. Let me see if I can open it. Ooh. It's actually a real seashell, and it locks. So I could imagine like getting a chain for it and then like selling it. I guess I won't keep it, but it could make a really, really cute necklace, I think, and you can store a lot of stuff in there. And I thought it was so cool that it was actually a real seashell. And I think the rest of it is brass, I think. I just think that was so cool and unique that I had to get it for the shop. Also for the shop, I got a apparently really old deer antler. Please focus, please. I hope now you can see it. It's a pretty old deer antler. It's really, like, extremely dusty. I really desperately have to focus on my face. Thanks. I really desperately have to clean it, but then I will turn it into, I don't know, a home protection talisman or some kind of thingy. I will definitely burn it. That was really cool. I'm always really happy to find antlers, and they actually had so many antlers there. It was kind of strange. It made me kind of suspicious, especially because two of them were huge. I don't know if you know my huge deer antler thingy that I once had over my deity altar. That huge, like this huge, big, but also expensive. That's why I didn't buy them, and also because I don't have any space for them. And the rest of the stuff that I got was books, and I was pretty excited because let's start with this one. It's a big book about herbs, and it's from the 70s, so that's already cool. And it has these beautiful photos or pictures or drawings in there. And I can't resist a book about plants that has these wonderful drawings. I love them. Also, there's a lot of info on the plants, actually also info on how the plants were used, for example, in Roman times or by the Germanic peoples. So that is also always really, really interesting to me. And the two other books that I got were also really old. And I found them on accident. Normally, I never really look at the books, but this time I did twice and I scored twice, so maybe it was fate. The first one of these two is this one. It's a book on German folk tales, and that's really funny because just a couple of days ago I actually bought 10, maybe 7, 8, 10, I don't know, a lot of books on especially northern German folk tales, like basically from the region where I'm from, and I bought them from a online thrift shop. And now I found this one, and it's so cool because it's from 1909, so it's over 100 years old. It's over 110 years old. That's so crazy. And it's still like written in this old German font, which is so incredibly cool. And it also has some small images in there, which are also really cool. Just amazing. And the second one is also on German folk tales, but it's from the 30s. And oh, look at it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yeah, so another book on German folk tales, and also in this amazing old German font, which I will have to practice reading it because it's not easy reading that. Yeah, and I did a little research, and apparently, for example, this book in this kind of shape, it's in really good shape, goes for around $50 online, used. And I got both together for 20, so it's amazing. As I said, I just found too much for myself and too little for the shop. Basically got 3 things for the shop and the rest was for me. But well, sometimes that's how it goes. But now it's actually already around 6 p.m. So it's time for dinner, and then I will check back in with you because I decided that I actually do want to consecrate and like draw on my drum. I still have to kind of figure out how exactly I want to do that and how exactly I want to film that, because my camera cuts off after 30 minutes of filming, and doing a proper ritual will probably take at least 30 minutes. I don't know. We will see. We will see what I come up with, but first of all I have to get dinner because I am starving. See you later. And there we have it. And I'm so done and so red. For some reason I always get really really red when I perform rituals. But let me show you my little drum. And this is it. Say hello to my drum. And it already has a name. I called it Zaunreiter. Basically, like, it's kind of the equivalent to hedge rider, I guess. Yeah, I love it. I kind of had to make this part really thick because there was the logo when I wanted to hide the logo, so everything got a little bit thick, but I kind of like it like that. What do you think? And that is also where I will leave you today because I am so done. I've basically worked non-stop apart from like the basically 10 minutes of reading and the walk. I was basically working. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And of course, check out my Instagram or TikTok or my shop, or maybe even consider becoming my patron. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!